Only 35% of people voting for the move, but they have not lost a single match. Is that going to change right now? We know the crowd is cheering for Method Orange, but they are going against a team that has looked unmovable in the tournament. Just get these gates open.
And your wish is granted, Sir Rich. And now these teams will get in position, and we can sort of see this strategy that they want to implement. Method Orange actually going to be moving in, so looking for more of an aggressive strategy, it looks like. Cheap shots coming in from Peekaboo, allowing WizKay just a little bit of time to get out some of those VTs, that Shadow Priest pressure. Yeah, and Peekaboo actually getting leg swept with WizKay. Mez looking for an asphyxiate. That's a triple stun for Method Orange as they initiate their first attack. They're really looking for a dispersion, but they're not finding it. It's going to be denied by the Vampiric Embrace. In the meantime, Peekaboo setting up a swap to Sea-Doo, manages to pull the Astral Shift for the Vendetta, which means Peekaboo is likely going to chase the Shaman, but Mez is doing a great job of keeping Chains of Ice on Peekaboo, preventing him from really moving around the map. That was some great Chains of Ice. Regardless, though, Peekaboo got the trinket from Sea-Doo, which means the next time that Vendetta comes up, Sea-Doo is going to be very exposed. Yeah, Sea-Doo actually trinketed out of that, like you just said, but it was really good teamwork. Mez got the grip onto Peekaboo, making it a nightmare, and Trill actually rolled over and put the disable root on him as well, so really making it difficult for Peekaboo to have correct uptime. Once again, kidney shot onto Sea-Doo, grip away. Peekaboo now has to basically just chase down. There's the incapacitate. You can see Mez and Trill really just trying to disable Peekaboo as much as they can in this matchup, keep up the detoxes on the Sea-Doo so those poisons get removed as well, so Sea-Doo has an opportunity to keep himself alive. That's a nice shackle on the Gargoyle, so the Priest can deny that undead pet by shackling it. In the meantime, though, Sea-Doo caught into a silence right before his Astral Shift is going to come back off cooldown, but Peekaboo just can't move. He's getting Chains of Ice by Mez. Mez is literally taking Peekaboo out of the game right now. WizKay is trying to get some counter pressure. Trill dips low, forced to use that Touch of Karma. Finally, Peekaboo connects onto Sea-Doo. 1 second or 10 seconds away from that Vendetta, though, which means the kidney shot won't be available. This should be easy for Sea-Doo to stay alive, but he's also got to be worried about Trill, who doesn't have Touch of Karma. Let's see how Sea-Doo deals with this split pressure. WizKay's damage is just getting so high. Luckily, though, Mez is doing a great job with his Chains of Ice. Yeah, I still can't believe Sea-Doo's having such a difficult time keeping himself alive. Peekaboo is barely on him, and he's still just rotting down low. There's the full kidney shot once again over onto Sea-Doo. Trill also going to be rotting down in this situation. AMZ going to be committed by Mez to keep Sea-Doo alive during that silence. That was AMZ and Astral Shift. Sea-Doo is very vulnerable in this position. And he's got 26 seconds before his trinket comes off cooldown. In the meantime, though, WizKay is dipping low on HP. Abster just trying to pick him back up. Mana is in full favor of Sea-Doo, though. All Sea-Doo's team has to do is stay alive, I think, at this point, and Abster just going to run out of mana and be unable to continue healing. WizKay down below 50%. The damage is so high from Mez and Trill. Can WizKay fake cast the interrupts in time? He goes for the double fear, goes for the kidney shot. 5 seconds before Sea-Doo's trinket. If they don't kill him now, I don't know if they ever will. They might go for a blind and bait the trinket. Sea-Doo's trying to jump away from that and get himself topped off before that opportunity. Trill with great support. Basically, the story of this game is Method's Orange, their control on Peekaboo, just removing him from the game. Seems like he's having a frustrating time trying to stay on target, but despite that, they still have pressure. A full silence has been landed onto Sea-Doo. He opts to trinket and Spirit Link right before Peekaboo tried to stun his trinket. That was a nice play by Sea-Doo, expecting the stun on the trinket and linking instantly as his first global. Yeah, Ascendant's going to be used by Sea-Doo as well, but he gets kicked. This is a bad situation to be in. Nice death grip coming in from Mez. Leg sweep into asphyxiate over on Peekaboo as well. Abster's almost running out of time. Peekaboo desperately trying to get back to Sea-Doo, keep up the rupture, keep up the garrote, rot him down just a little bit, but such a nice job by Trill and Mez. There's the full blind. Sea-Doo has to sit that, and that gives WizKay a little bit of time to put up some dots potentially, as well as Peekaboo to set him up. There's the kidney shot, a little bit of damage going to be going up, but a Fists of Fury stun coming in from Trill. Peekaboo must be pulling his hair out at this point in the game. Yep, Method Orange are focusing purely on keeping Sea-Doo alive, and look what it's done for them. Abster just almost completely tapped on mana. Once again, the move have only a few seconds to kill Sea-Doo. Can they kill him out of this silence? A nice death grip on Peekaboo. He's going to Cloak of Shadows. He's had enough of this. He needs to connect on target. Sea-Doo has Astral Shift. I'm very surprised to not see him use the Astral Shift there. Vendetta was already committed. Luckily, he's got peels from his team. That's going to keep him going. Now Trill is low as well. Will he be able to survive? It's not looking too good. The Earthen Shield is Totems down. WizKay's dropping a Shadow Crash. There's the paralysis on Peekaboo. Trill is trying to support with some fuses. Sea-Doo dispels off the dots. They're just hiding behind the pillar. They need to stay alive just a little bit longer. Can they do it? Yeah, look at Abster's mana completely out of it. There's the triple fear coming in from WizKay. Kidney shot over onto Sea-Doo. No trinket available. He's trying to get away. Nice little ride the wind coming in from Trill as well. Peekaboo reconnects to his target. Sea-Doo trying to fake cast these interrupts. There's the full silence, though. You can't fake cast that. AMZ going to be dropped by Mez to keep Sea-Doo alive. WizKay still has the dispersion. This is going to be forced. That isn't going to kill him through it. What is this damage coming in from Method Orange? Abster just can't top him off, though. He just doesn't have any mana left.
Yeah, the Gargoyle was going to get that dispersion, and Abster has no mana left. At this point, it's not looking too good for WizK. He goes for a desperation play. He lands a triple fear. Touch of Karma. It's a race to the finish. Who is going to fall first, WizK or Trill? Trill has managed to recover for now. Life swap over to Peekaboo. He's now low. He's chasing down Sea-Doo, but Abster just gone to a stun. WizK is locked down. Peekaboo is low. The move have nothing left. They drop the Spirit Link to buy a few more seconds, but at this point, they look to be walking away with victory. Peekaboo, though, pulls the trigger to try and find a desperation kill on Trill. Trill portals behind the pillar. Peekaboo moves over, gets Death Grip back to the center of the map. Peekaboo just can't stay on target. Abster just completely tapped. Peekaboo's on half. WizK's on half. Sea-Doo just needs to re-stabilize. He's got Trinket. Sea-Doo's in a great position to close this game out. The move, I think, have ran out of time.
Yeah, WizK Trinket's out of the Fist of Fierce, then he's trying to kite. Nice blind coming in from WizK, but Abster no mana. Top himself off. WizK trying desperately, but Mez ultimately he'll take him down. Still heals coming in from Abster, so with 5% dampening, Wind Shear comes in, and that is it. Those last few moments for the move were full desperation mode, as you know, Abster's been out of mana for so long. It was such a close game.
He's been in desperation, though. They're making possibilities. They're making these open.
Ready for Mez and Trill to control him so much, so moving into game number 2, this could be a completely different game.
Yeah, we need to see if the move, if they're going to actually switch up their target here, or if pressure will still be on Sea-Doo. Method Orange going to be leading by 1 in our best of 7 of the grand final.
Yeah, Peekaboo looking for his target very early on. He's going to be putting Garrote onto both Mez and Trill. When it comes in from stealth, it's going to be doing extra damage. Life sweep over on a Peekaboo. Asphyxiate on Abster, in which case still trinketing out of that stun right away, wanting to get those dots rolling. It's very important that you can get those BTs out, those Shadow Word Pains. That's really the main objective of Method Orange, is to slow down WizK's damage.
Right, there's a Shackle being casted onto the Gargoyle. That's good utility from the Shadow Priest. It's going to remove a lot of damage as Peekaboo Shadow Step Kidney Shot into a Silence, looking for a swap. They're going to trade out Astral Shift and the Anti-Magic Zone at the same time. If Peekaboo can get a Trinket from Sea-Doo with Blind, there's going to be an opening to kill Sea-Doo later on. But Peekaboo needs to make sure he's not wasting too much time getting kited. He's actually just going to chop away that Healing Tide Totem, try and remove a bit of the instant healing. Maybe Sea-Doo's going to have to spend more mana as a result of that. And I like this from Peekaboo. Just going back to attacking the DPS in between and do the Shadow Step stuns rather than chasing down the target. There's a Shadow Step to Sea-Doo. He gets gripped away, but he goes for the Blind instead. Sea-Doo is trying to be greedy. Nope, not going to be greedy. Uses the Trinket. So Peekaboo has opened up for a setup on Sea-Doo later on, and we're going to have to see if he can survive it.
Yeah, Peekaboo just getting gripped immediately on all of those Shadow Steps. Kitty Shot now on a Trill. He still has a touch of Karma, still has a Fortifying Elixir. He should be fine. Double Fist of Fury stun coming in. This is what happens if Peekaboo has too much time on top of Trill and Mez, as he gets cleaved down too. That's going to be taxing Abster's mana even more. But surprisingly, this game, Sea-Doo's mana is not that much more ahead of Abster, so maybe this strategy is paying off for the move in the long run.
Yeah, Peekaboo, there's a Shadow Step Kidney Shot attempt, but I would have maybe liked to seen it 13 seconds later when Vendetta was off cooldown, because now he's not going to have Kidney Shot before Astral Shift, and they used the Silence. This is a bit strange from the move. They spent all that time setting up for the kill with the Vendetta on Sea-Doo. I guess maybe they're just going to do it with WizK damage. I don't know. Sea-Doo was actually forced to jump behind the pillar, top himself back off. Trill is dipping low. I feel like Peekaboo was doing a way better job when he was just attacking Mez and Trill. Now he's spending a lot of time just chasing Sea-Doo around corners. There's the Kidney Shot. He has Vendetta, surprisingly not committing it on the stun, but I guess because there's no silence, but now they're falling more behind. So they spent all that time setting up for the swap, and then they just don't do anything with it. They've still got a couple seconds before the Trinket is up for Sea-Doo, but now he's got Earthen Shield Totem. He could preemptively use that. He's looking for a cheeky Hex, just going to interrupt some of the Vampiric touches. Sea-Doo expects to be the target, so he has Earth Shield on himself, and Method Orange are in a good position now, and they're just draining Abster's mana.
Yeah, look at Absterge in this game. He's just 1,000 miles away, just casting heals, you know, doing the best he can with his mana, trying to play as efficient as possible, but he can't really play aggressive in this matchup, so that's why he's been off the camera so long. There's a Silence onto Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo also needs to keep Trill alive, as he is caught into the full Kidney Shot. AMZ going to be dropped there by Mez, so that's a small victory there for the move. That was a Vendetta, so not too horrible of a trade. WizK still taking a good amount of damage as Mez and Trill managed to connect onto him. BT's being fake casted out. There's the full life sweep. No Trinket going to be available for WizK, and Abster just almost completely tapped on mana.
Sea-Doo caught into a full Kidney Shot right now. Now into the full blind. He is going to Trinket that. His whole team is rotting down. He can't afford to sit in crowd control. Ascendance gets activated, but he gets silenced on the Ascendance. I don't think Absterge is going to be jumping into the fight anytime soon, but mana is now finally going to be slowly tapped for Absterge, and I'm not sure how WizKid is going to deal with this. He got a shackle on the second gargoyle. Last game he didn't land the shackle on this. It built a lot of pressure. Maybe that can put him a little bit ahead. There's a kidney shot on Sea-Doo. Does WizKid have the silence? Trill is denying the silence with a Fist of Fury stun. Sea-Doo's going to jump. There's the Void Form for WizKid, but there's Touch of Karma for Trill. He can activate that at any second and probably reverse into a Dispersion. We see Apocalypse pop. Let's see how much damage they can really get out here onto WizKid.
Yeah, WizKid taking quite a bit of damage. He has the Dispersion, though, of Vampiric Embrace and the Void Shift, so every single defensive going to be available for WizKid. Sea-Doo just spamming out Dispels on those VTs, as you can see. There's a full life sweep on WizKid with the Asphyxiate over onto Absterge. Absterge are completely tapped on, man. We're not even in dampening yet. You tell how much pressure both of these teams are putting out. There's a big kidney shot onto Trill, though. Sea-Doo might want to drop that Earthen Shield Totem, but opting to save it, as it doesn't look like the move really has any crowd control for them, and he wants to save it for that Vendetta that just came up. Peekaboo has that available, so he has a moment where he can create big pressure on a Sea-Doo who has no trinket.
I really like where Trill has his portal position just right on top of the Shadow Priest, and he's using it as a heal. Every time he portals, he gets to heal for some of his health back, rather than portaling away and then having to kite back to the target. So he just heal himself and interrupt the Shadow Priest and keep his health very high. Sea-Doo Conduit stun. Is the silence available? Shadow Word Deaths are crashing in, but Astral Shift denies the kill. Vendetta is still ticking. Peekaboo gets gripped away. Good support from Mez. Mez just needs to keep his team going for a couple more seconds. Absterge is in desperation and dire straits at this point with nothing left in the tank for mana. There's the double stun combo from Method Orange as they're looking to try and close this. There's no damage, though. Absterge denied it with a well-placed Earthen Shield Totem. It's going to be fading shortly, and as it fades, I don't know if Absterge can keep this up, though.
Yeah, in this critical moment, WizKid needs to not fall behind on damage. He needs to make sure he's keeping up the pressure with the VTs. Double Blood Silence going to be coming in. Sea-Doo actually hopping on top of Absterge, looking for the Wind Shear. Unfortunately, doesn't find it. There's a full silence over on the Sea-Doo. And Sea-Doo's actually almost tapped on mana. So I'm talking about. If WizKid can keep up the pressure in this matchup, this could be scary for Method Orange. Kidney shot now on the Sea-Doo. Everyone is rotting down. WizKid, he has the Dispersion, he has the life stop, so he should be fine in this situation. Absterge gets gripped in on his heel, and that actually forces up the Dispersion.
What happened? He's got no mana left. Now Sea-Doo's in desperation. Peekaboo trinkets out of the paralysis. He kicks Sea-Doo on the heel. Sea-Doo jumps to his team so they can all hide in this anti-magic zone with the Spirit Link Totem. That was a good teamwork there, but now they need to spread out. Peekaboo's got Garrotes for everyone. There's a kidney shot on the Sea-Doo. They might be able to reverse this. It's going to be a close finish. I'm not sure how the move have done it, but they've stayed alive long enough to actually even out the mana. Sea-Doo's looking for a cheeky hex to close the game, but Absterge 3 Spirit Links, the Fists of Fury. Sea-Doo jumps away. Peekaboo moves back. They need as much damage as possible. Silence onto Sea-Doo, but Sea-Doo's in a good position to survive. He needs to hide behind the pillar and let Mez and Trill do all the work in this position. Peekaboo moves in for the blind. He trinkets into a kidney shot. Good setup from Peekaboo. Now they need the damage. Trill's going to use Touch of Karma. Somehow Absterge is still keeping his team going. Mez dipping low. He's on the run now, retreating back behind the pillar. Maybe Absterge should go for a drink. It doesn't look like the pressure is going to be ending anytime soon, though, as WizKid is dipping low. How is he going to do it? He's still somehow doing it. He fears up the DPS, goes for the shackle, gets interrupted. They need to deny that shackle. The gargoyles, all the damage. Absterge gets caught doing Asphyxiate. That gargoyle is just going ham right now. WizKid's in trouble. 10 more seconds to Dispersion. Is he going to make it? Trill caught into the kidney shot. No Touch of Karma as we're going back and forth. This is going to be some of the final moments of this game, I think, Ben.
Yeah, Trill has an aggressive port as well, so if they can get some more damage on him, he has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. There's a silence on the Sea-Doo. Trill rotting down behind the pillar, casting out the abuses. We are at 12% dampening, incapacitate onto Peekaboo as he is trying to chase down Trill and close out this game. WizKid, though, look, he's just free casting. He's going to be able to put out so much pressure. There's the Shadow Crash. Trill still kiting away. Absterge trying to take him down. The pincer maneuver interrupts the heel. Fist of Fury stun comes out, and Absterge is the one to close out the game. Very nicely done. The move tied up 1-1.
Everyone on that map was a target. Anyone could be taken down, but ultimately the move going to be able to tie up this series. What an insane game that was, though. Honestly, just both the healers tapped. Everybody taking in a crazy amount to lead the move or Method Orange. Keep in mind, though, folks, this is a best of 7, so you're not going to be on match point after this one. We need to see a team take 4 map victories to be able to take the entire tournament to be the NA champ.
Yeah, this won't be anyone's final resting place. We will move on to another map after this one. But we are tied up 1-1. The gates are about to open. Method Orange, are they going to play hyper-aggressive onto Absterge, or are they going to play the slow roll strategy onto WizKid, shutting down a lot of Peekaboo's damage and trying to really play the mana bar of Absterge?
Sea-Doo actually gust of wind into the pillar there, so he's going to have limited mobility. He's walked into the middle of the map. It does look like Method Orange want to do an aggressive strategy, but due to some misplays in mobility, Sea-Doo got caught in the middle of the map and now is forced to trade out Astral Shifter very early on with the anti-magic zone, but Sea-Doo is just moving in. They're still going to go for it, even with that slight setback. It looks like Absurge is deflecting the initial assault, though, quite easily, and this all in from Method Orange. They need to kill Absurge soon, or Sea-Doo's going to fall very far behind.
Yeah, there's the shield totem. Astral Shift going to be traded out. WizKid, of course, he has the Void Chip. Absurge's getting so low. They had the Spearling Totem, they had the Void Chip, they had so many tools at their disposal, and Method Orange taking advantage of the situation, able to take him down, but that was honestly a big misplay coming in from the move.
Super Cheese, you called it. You smart, man. Yep. Good job. So ultimately, Method Orange is able to just completely switch up their win strategy here, and that's one of the things that is so impressive with not only this composition, but the play style that they have become. No, Method Orange knows, though. They're looking for their third win, the move, looking to tie this one back up.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to know what the talents that Absurge was playing in that last game. I feel like Vim has been so valuable for him. If that is what he's playing, these matchups where he can play so far away, but when you get all in like that, it becomes very, very difficult to maintain that Vim, as we just saw, and ultimately your healing just gets put down so much.
All right, so Peekaboo is ramping up his damage on Mez and Trill and initiating with a blind on the Sea-Doo early on, but right before Trill used the stun, so Trill is trying to peel this away. Shadow Step over to Sea-Doo, try and get a sap, but it wasn't able to get the sap, unfortunately, so they're going to have to use silence instead. Imagine if there was a sap here. Mez and Trill would be so much more dangerously low, but maybe even just still die. Mez on 10%. Anti-magic shield is going to save him for now. Peekaboo doing a lot more damage this game to the DPS, and I think that is what he should focus on, because he's chasing Sea-Doo right now, and I think Sea-Doo's going to be able to make a getaway shortly. Yeah, Peekaboo's going to go back and try and support, but Trill lines him up for a double Fist of Fury. Absurge falling behind on mana, and this could be one of the more standard play, I think, for Method Orange. It'd be cool to see them mix it up and go after Absurge maybe later into the game. See a Shackle on that Gargoyle. Sea-Doo just kiting Peekaboo. It's basically a 1v1 between Sea-Doo and Peekaboo in this specific strategy. Peekaboo uses Sprint to break out of the snares and reconnect onto Sea-Doo. There's the Void Form. A lot of damage for WizKid. Is there a silence? No. And they managed to get anti-magic zone. No, they're going to go for it anyway and try and get a kill maybe onto the DPS or force more cooldowns with it. WizKid, though, is dipping dangerously low as well. That's going to be the dispersion force from him as both teams come out swinging hard.
Yeah, nice pre-evasion coming in from Peekaboo to avoid that Fist of Fury's done, so we can get all that pressure up on Mez as well as Trill. That was the Ascendance coming in from Sea-Doo, so he was able to top off his team for now, or top himself off for now, but it's going to be much, much scarier now that that big healing cooldown isn't going to be available for him. Full kidney shot onto Sea-Doo. Peekaboo loads him up with bleeds. There's a nice grip and a double Fist of Fear. Then Trill actually maybe a little bit scared right now as he gets caught into fear with Mez. Touch of Death committed over onto WizKid. Doesn't have the dispersion available, so Absurge needs to make sure he's at high HP so that Touch of Death doesn't hit him too hard.
All right, Sea-Doo's on the hunt for Sea-Doo's life. Is he going to be able to find it? There's the silence. Is Peekaboo going to go commit the kidney shot out of it? Sea-Doo's cutting away. Paralysis denies this crowd control chain on Sea-Doo. That was good teamwork from Trill, but Trill is also rotted down quite a lot. There's a Shadow Step from Peekaboo. He's going to use the kidney shot. He gets Death Grip back into a Fist of Fury, and it does seem like Method Orange are focused on that defensive strangle strategy. They're going to try and run Absurge out of mana and just put him behind that way. There's a blind attempt on Sea-Doo. He's too low health to be greedy and sit through it. They could easily set up on him out of it, but that means he's open for a Step Kidney Vendetta, and both of those are lined up perfectly. Sea-Doo needs to be ready for this. I can just imagine Peekaboo, his mouth is watering for this setup on the Sea-Doo. That could happen at any second.
Yeah, that was very nicely done by Absurge. When Peekaboo got gripped away, Absurge was in a position where he could actually shear Sea-Doo when, you know, Peekaboo wasn't able to get that kickoff, so that was nice teamwork from the move. Trill and Mez both rotting down, still trying to pressure down WizKid the best he can. No Vampiric Embrace going to be available, but so much damage on the Method Orange. There's the kidney shot on Sea-Doo. Now everyone's going to be rotting down. Mez doesn't have much self-healing for himself as he gets down to 10% HP and ultimately gets taken down. This is the pressure point the move needed. They need to keep pressure out on everyone in this matchup. So when they get those kidney shots onto Sea-Doo, it becomes such a hard decision for him. Who does he heal? Does he keep himself alive? Or does he keep his teammates up?
And the move needs to actually try to get in that particular line of play, needs to get that kill a little bit quicker. They need to be looking for that early kill, and they're able to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the gates have opened. We're tied up 2-2. This is game 5 in a best of 7. Absurge and WizKid, they're hanging out in the pipe, maybe trying to fake out Sea-Doo's team, and they are actually not going to allow the pipe to burst them into the fight. We see a blind and a sap early on, and it looks like Mez is going to be the target of choice for now, so he moves back. This time he does get the sap out of the blind, which means this crowd control chain is much longer, and Mez is respecting that, trading out his cooldowns very early on to go for an all-in attack. We see Swen the Tiger. Trill is playing an all-in spec. Will Absurge cave to the pressure?
We will have to see. I feel like the move's going to be much more prepared this time. Silence onto Sea-Doo. Getting low. So much damage coming in. There's a Spearling Totem as well as the Ascendance committed by Sea-Doo to keep his team alive and aggressive. But look at Absurge. He has basically literally everything still left in the tank. Mez and Trill reconnect those when still up. Like you said, the Gargoyle, big pressure, interrupt into leg sweep. There's the Void Shift coming in from WizK to keep Absurge alive.
Yeah, they've used basically everything this game. Can Absurge kite away? He's got Spirit Link Totem, and that's basically it. Triple Fear landed from WizK. You can see WizK is just letting his damage rip. If they're going to leave him open, he's going to tear into Method Orange. How much longer can they leave WizK open? Vampiric Touch after Vampiric Touch. Absurge sets up for the Spirit Link before the stun, but now he doesn't have it afterwards. Sea-Doo could go down. Absurge could go down. It's a race to the finish. Absurge looks like he's going to go down first, but Sea-Doo could easily fall in the back of this. Mez is dangerously low. Sea-Doo survives the silence. Anti-magic shield protects Mez, and Sea-Doo stays alive. Method Orange are going to go up 3-2.
Oh, that was so nicely done by Method Orange. But the move, they actually rotated through all the defensives. Absurge was put in a very hard spot where he was so low on HP. He knows if he gets stunned, he's going to get taken down without using that Spirit Link. So he had to use it on just him, and WizK unfortunately didn't get the full effect.
This is just win it here. Gates about to open. This may decide who our first NA champion is of the summer season.
You can tell that the stress is building for both of these teams. Every little decision counts. Can Peekaboo carry his team with the plays? Can WizK keep up his damage? This has been a long series and a long tournament. They need to keep their aggression up. We see opening peels from Peekaboo with stun on Trill, silence on Mez. Sea-Doo gets blinded early on and trinkets into a silence. Peekaboo still has Vendetta, but they're going all in. Method Orange are pushing down the gas pedal. They know if they can just clean out this right here and now and kill Absurge, it's going to be it, and they still have another game to fall back on. Mez is forced to use Icebound Fortitude. Sea-Doo's right on top of him, and you can tell that they're keeping the pressure up on Absurge.
Yeah, Absurge trying to fake cast some of these interrupts. There's the touch of death, though. This is a very scary moment for Absurge as he commits his Astral Shift. Blood Elf silence as well. Peekaboo doing everything he can, throwing cheap shots under the DPS. Absurge trying to keep himself alive. The stun comes in. There's the Void Shift, very nicely done by WizK, using it at the last second. But look at this damage. Absurge is still so low. He has the Spirit Link. He drops it. All three members get in. This is not the worst spot for them, but Sea-Doo's getting low as well.
Sea-Doo had to use the Spirit Link Totem. There's still a kidney shot. There's the silence. Shadow Crash comes in, and WizK is looking to tie this back up as Sea-Doo falls. Absurge gets gripped back in. This is definitely going to be a cross kill, I think. Absurge on 2%. Power Shield buys him a second, but he goes down. Trill has no defensives. He's caught in the kidney shot. Peekaboo knows that he needs to take this down here and now while Trill is exposed. Void Form gets popped. Trill goes down. It's a 1v2, but Mez has nothing left except to surrender at this point. And we're tying this up. We're going to game 7, ladies and gentlemen.
Cup of the summer season.
The opportunity between Absurge and Sea-Doo to show who the best Restoration Shaman in North America really is. Sea-Doo's jumping in. You can tell that Method Orange want to get aggressive. Sea-Doo trinkets out of that blind. They're going to race to the finish to kill Absurge. He's getting ready and set up. He's in Ghost Wolf for the stun lock. Will he be able to survive this? Sea-Doo also caught into a kidney shot. Peekaboo with the peels. Perfect timing. Absurge drops that Astral Shift. Absurge is on the run.
Yeah, this is nicely done by Absurge. He manages to get away nicely. He tops himself off, and now Sea-Doo in so much trouble. No trinket available, no Astral Shift available, and Peekaboo is all over him. Absurge needs to hold on just a little bit longer so WizK and Peekaboo can continue this damage, but there's the full stun onto Absurge. Still taking so much damage. Astral Shift can be committed by him as well. Touch of death coming in from Trill. This is do or die for Absurge.
See some nice mind control play from WizK. Got Mez off Absurge for a couple seconds, but now they're on the hunt. Sea-Doo's jumping on top of him. Sea-Doo is throwing caution to the wind to get some extra purges on Absurge. They just want to all in. This could be a throwaway. Sea-Doo has to preemptively Spirit Link before the stun comes in. Absurge has nothing left. Sea-Doo has nothing left. This is a race to the finish as both Shamans go into a stun lock. WizK clutches out the light lock. Sea-Doo now caught into a silence. Peekaboo is gunning down for the kill. We can easily be going down to a 2v2. Absurge managed to sneak away for a second. He's going to jump back to the ramp. Line of sight down below. Fear on to Trill. Sea-Doo doesn't care. Sea-Doo absolutely doesn't care. He's going to all in for the kill. He doesn't care if he goes down. Absurge is going to go down with them. Will they find it? Sea-Doo finally forced to run away. Absurge has nothing. He's got Spirit Link, but he's caught in the stun. He has to survive the stun to get the link off. He's caught to another stun. He gets the Spirit Link off, and now Sea-Doo could fall just so easily here with Vendetta Tiki. Astral Shift in 5 more seconds. Can Sea-Doo survive at that point? He's on the run. Astral Shift in 1. He's on 1%, but will ultimately go down. And the move, ladies and gentlemen, the most improved team in this tournament, and Absurge is going to be the king of Shamans today.
Absurge did such an unbelievable job on that map with his positioning, the way he used the gust of wind, the vertical axis. He did a phenomenal job surviving.
They